am so into my work, and I just don't stop to like look around and like go on dates and take the time. So this really forces me to make this a priority finally.
All right, let's get to the south position in the game of love. So the cycle and sequence of human communication and interaction goes north, east, south, and west. So that's how we're going to go. We're going to go north, east, south, and west. And each of us plays a position in that game, in that cycle. So we're now at the south position. We're going to talk about Garrett. Garrett is connected with Taylor, who is in north. So they are attracted to each other on that opposite basis, on that opposite axis. So you'll notice in this very first clip with Garrett that he talks about work and how he is so always busy and always has his nose to the grindstone at work. So we're going to just go along clues and show you what a south looks like with Garrett as our example.
What I have where I'm constantly working and I'm always behind my computer, and if I'm not, I would likely be out spearfishing, or I have a trip planned that I'm...
Okay, he's always at work, and if he's not, he's likely out spearfishing with his friends. So Souths are all about that camaraderie. They find security and stability in numbers, with friends, with groups. That's how they, that's the energy that they want around them. So this is just another clue for the South.
That is what I tell people to call me usually.
Oh.
Yeah, super simple. Like I play a lot of sports, so like on basketball court, just call me G.
So he plays a lot of sports, team sports, and he likes to be called G. Like he loves that connection with other people in team sports. Groups, numbers, that is what's powerful for them.
You are very like calculated about what you say, and while I love that about you, it's also like, I'm like, what's she hiding?
Okay, this is really interesting because he's sensing the north about her that's very calculating, and it's hard for him to trust it. So trust is a huge thing for South. And later he says, I'm not sure that's fair. So fairness is also a big thing for South. So he's recognizing that this is going on, and what's funny is that she's like, I didn't really think of it that way. Huge clue here.
I don't want to get this end of this date without you being my girlfriend. I'm not walking out of here without that, so...
We're in a situationship right now.
So he doesn't want to get out of this date without being certain that he has the stability that he needs to make sure that he's got that boyfriend-girlfriend status. So that's just cute.
Get a picture. What does she look like? So I just feel like society like trains us to think this way, whether it's like right or not.
So what he's saying here covertly or underneath it is that it's not fair for society to judge us on our looks. So again, fairness, this is what he's really talking about in this clip.
Oh my God. Oh, wow, son. Yeah.
So Garrett is a guy's guy. He is the guy that everybody, like he really loves that camaraderie. And you notice in this clip that the guys love him because he gives that connection and that group dynamic identity to this group. He's the one that brings them together and gives them that sense of belonging to the bigger group. And so this is why he's so liked.
We just complement each other so well on the physical side. It's like, how does this happen? How does this work? Mm-hmm. Why does it work? You know, never even...
So he's right. They do complement each other so well on the physical side, and actually on the emotional side, on the intellectual side, on the things that matter, that bring them together, that they are compatible. And it's not just energy. And how it works is that they're opposites. She's north, he's south. This is a perfect match.
Willing and ready to like change my life for you.
Okay, this is a huge clue because he's ready and willing to change his life for her. So change is a huge deal for South. So he's recognizing in order to fit into her world, he's going to have to do one of the things that's hardest for him and change, because he realizes that she innately, this guy is very wise, innately that it's going to be her show. Huge clue.
We should get in the water.
Do you want to get in the water or do you want to get a paddleboard?
Paddleboard sounds super fun.
Okay, this is so cute because she says as a North, we should get into the water. And he's like, oh, okay, so what, if that's the case, do you want to do this or do you want to do that? So he's like the supporting role in all her ideas, and it's already starting.
Believe too that sort of like hits you, man.
I gave her a little bit of Paul. I was like, she's like, you better fucking say it.
It does.
So this is interesting. So Taylor said that she loved him, and he said, I gave her a little bit of pause. And as the North, you're like, you don't. No, you need to say it back to me because I was vulnerable enough to say it to you. Tyler was. So she's like, yeah, you need to say it now.
Do I shave the neck or not? What do you think?
Do you think it'll look cleaner?
Oh, well, definitely clean it, but like, what's the look? So it depends. Not depending.
I think you should
What's your preference?
shave it.
Okay, this is adorable because he's already asking her for her opinion because he loves that. What people misunderstand about these relationships is that she's North, he's South. She kind of likes telling him what to do, and he likes, in a sense, being told what to do. Now, of course, we all want our autonomy in our relationship, but all want to be recognized for our own contributions in these positions. But this is how it works. And there's nothing wrong with it as long as we're recognizing it and allowing each other our own position in the game and understand the cycle and sequence of human interaction. This is adorable.
Cool.
There it goes.
There it
Done
is.
deal.
She's already telling me what to do. And I'm obliging.
And he likes it a little bit.
Well, all right.
Oh my gosh, this could not be a bigger clue. She's already telling him what to do. She's like, and he likes it. And he's like, yeah, I kind of do. You couldn't ask for a bigger clue in the North-South relationship.
Let's just set some like context for a second here. All I do is work, and when I don't work, I go spearfishing.
Again, do you hear him? You'll hear him do this over and over again. All I do is work. I'm a worker, I'm a worker, I'm a worker. For him, that is the identity that he wants you to believe. In particular, that he wants her to believe, and realizing that for her, that's what she needs in her life. She needs that stability, that guy that's going to work. This is a great match.
Just want my kids to also have that like loving grandparent relationship. Not just like once a year, here comes Christmas, like here's grandma and grandpa, and they're like, who are these people? Like, I don't want that for them.
No.
And
Okay, so this is a really important clue for the South, even though it's subtle. And of course, everybody wants to be around family. But for him, family, that group dynamic, that connection, like everything's good when we're together with family. And that's hugely important for him. And this is going to come up later in their relationship because she wants to move to San Diego and be with her family. So he's saying, look, I need that. Like, that is a huge part of who I am and how my life makes sense to me. Huge clue here.
I'm finally gonna get my hair cut because Taylor does not like my hair. It's official. Got it.
Again, he's going to go get his hair, whatever, different because she doesn't like it. Now, of course, he probably likes his hair the way it is, but he wants to please her. And in pleasing her, he gets what he wants, which is her. And that energy and that dynamic that's happening between the two of them. And she kind of likes that he will do that for her. This is just adorable.
Incredibly grateful. You handled it so maturely and gracefully. Super hot.
So Garrett, as a South, is a very wise, mature person that has recognized in situations like this, if he can just be the calm one and relax. Now, Monica, the one that they're talking about, is also a North. So you have two Norths in Taylor and Monica, and then you have the South Garrett that came in and kind of gave them that reassuring, stable wisdom from the South. And she loves that about him. Like, and the fact that she's giving him that reassurance, that certainty, like he's just glowing.
What I have with Taylor is like far and above worth like giving up everything over. Working 60 to 70 hours, I need to scale that back to 40. Like,
So Taylor is worth giving up everything for changing. So like for change for him is huge. For him to say that is huge. And then do you hear him say it again? Like I work, 60, 70 hours, I'm gonna have to scale that back. It's just that innate need to tell people that he's a hard worker. He's a South, he'll get her done. It's cute.
Shut it down.
It's shut it down.
Easy.
Don't just like leave
Easy.
them on red, or like even worse, like something.
I totally understand.
Okay, so we're starting one of their first arguments, and she's basically saying, look, you need to do this, you need to do that, shut it down. It's like, oh, okay, I get it, I understand. Like he's like, just tell me what to do and I'll do it. Now, what you're gonna realize throughout this scene is that he has a hard time telling her the whole truth because he doesn't want to get in trouble. That's where it begins.
Like I don't feel any sort of way. I saw it this morning. I didn't know how to react. I just liked the message, and then I literally did not think about it the rest of the day.
So he saw it this morning and he didn't know how to react. Oh, he knew how to react. He just didn't want to react because he doesn't want to exclude anyone from the group, even if it's an ex-girlfriend. And everybody wants to feel wanted. So this is one of those moments like, it feels so good to be like people interacting with me and be popular. But he screwed up, and you'll see this as we keep going through this scene.
And it's just really bad timing that like we had all day to talk about this, and now like
I didn't think about it, right, yeah, and I should have thought about it, and that's the difference. I understand.
Yeah.
So here's another clue. He didn't bring it up from the beginning. He'd rather avoid it. He doesn't want conflict because he knew it would be some sort of conflict, so he just avoided it. Souths will avoid the truth because they don't want to confront the issue.
You be mad at me.
Don't do stuff.
You look fucking great, though.
Shut up.
So this is funny. He literally says, don't be mad at me. Don't disrupt this harmony. And she's like, well, don't be stupid. He's like, he tries to give her a compliment. She's like, shut up. And he thinks it's funny. So this dynamic is happening. And it's what a lot of people misunderstand about this is that it's fun and entertaining. And it's part of this dynamic that happens between North and South. When it gets out of control and the North is overly North and the South is overly South, that's when the problems happen. That's when the friction happens. But at this point, this is fun for them.
You live it. You lied again.
I didn't lie.
You said I just liked the message and I ignored it.
Yeah.
Okay, until now. Now what she's realizing is that he didn't tell the whole truth, but he did tell other people the whole truth, and he lied. And oh my gosh, when you lie to a North and they know the truth, they will grill you. And you can see him like, he's like, oh God, I should have just told the truth from the beginning. Yeah, stupid, you should have told the truth from the beginning and you wouldn't have had to gone through all this. But this is the struggle for South. They do not want to get into conflict, so they avoid, and gets them into more trouble. And what's ironic is that the South really wants that trust, like that's huge for them. That is how they navigate life, but it's hard for them to get trust sometimes because they don't want to tell the whole truth.
I will get past you not fully thinking about this, but then the fact that your story completely changed in front of other people, how is that not upsetting?
Okay, the key here is in front of other people. You made me look stupid. That's the rub. That's the North clue. Like, I could get over this, but the fact that you then told other people and didn't tell me makes me look stupid. Big mistake, Garrett.
I could have done this like
I should have
an
done
hour
it.
ago.
I should have.
Now he's realizing I could have done this this morning and this would not be an issue and they could have had a really fun evening. But he delayed because he didn't want to confront and get into trouble. And that's the problem. Norths can be very convicting and kind of harsh. So when a South knows that, so it's hard for them to confront things because they know that they're going to get the wrath of the North. So that's why when I said, when your biology gets out of control as a North or South, you have to really check yourself and realize that you're kind of being mean. And so these situations will decrease, and a South will feel more safe telling you the truth as a North if you're not so harsh with your convictions.
Okay, I do indeed actually have a real family.
I'm officially a Padres fan, so
Officially a Padres fan.
that's kind of it.
Okay, this is a funny clue about the South. So he will, to fit in, to be a part of her family, to be a part of the group, he will become a Padres fan. A North won't do that. Or even a West or an East maybe, because North in particular and East in particular, because they really want their own domain and they're very proud of their own thing. Like they want to own that identity. So for him though, fitting in and being part of the family, this is heaven. This is great. He loves it.
Going to my bachelor party, I'm finally ready to celebrate with my boys.
He's finally ready to celebrate with the boys. This is huge for him. He's such, he just loves his friends. He loves that camaraderie. He loves being with other people, for the most part.
And so my job is just to like be there for and support her and make sure she fulfills like who she should be and who she wants to be. And that's, I promise to take great care of her. I promise to be there for her and always respect her and put her feelings first.
Okay, another clue, and it's that words matter. And he says, I need to be there to support her so she can fulfill her dreams. And this is hugely important because he recognizes that she's this North that probably has all these dreams and ideas, and he's like, I'm here to support her, and I know she'll support me if I support her. Most of the time.
You aren't typically a very spontaneous when it comes to serious things, and this seems spontaneous.
Okay, this is interesting. It's always important to pay attention to the family and the friends. And his mom is like, as a South, she knows him. He's not very spontaneous when it comes to serious things. And she's a North, and she's recognizing this, and she's kind of like, this is spontaneous. Are you sure? Are you certain? And he's like, yes, I am. And he is certain. He knows that this is a really great relationship. He's innately recognizing that he has this South-North dynamic, and he's sure. But his North mom is like, I'm not so sure.
Love is absolutely blind.
Love is totally blind.
This is just a cute scene. I had to put this in here because he looks at her and you can kind of like, love is blind, right? Like, give me that reassurance. And she's like, yes, it is. And this is such a cute North-South dynamic. It's just these subtle clues that once you start picking up on this, you'll start realizing.
Guys, I love fishing. Why wasn't I invited on this bromance?
Oh my gosh, this is the funniest scene because like I said, when Garrett goes out, he almost probably always goes with friends. And the South Nick is like, guys, hello, why am I not in this group? So Vanessa is North, Vanessa Lachey is North, and Nick Lachey is South. And so this is just funny, and like, it's like, hey guys, you know what? I want to be part of this. So cute.
It was, as you saw in the show, it's very difficult for me to be away from my family and friends and to process that. And, I wanted to give that to Taylor so bad. And
Okay, so as I said earlier, moving away from his family is incredibly difficult, his family and friends. And so he just couldn't do it. And good for her for recognizing, look, I also have to sometimes concede to his needs and wants. And it probably, they had long conversations about this, but this is incredibly important and why this couple will probably last, because she's at least willing to concede and recognizing that he has needs as well. So I just love this couple. I think this North-South relationship is absolutely ideal. They're connected on all levels. So they're connected, with the 4 attractions. So they're obviously physically, emotionally, intellectually, and positionally. They could not be a better match. So That is Garrett in a nutshell, a South position in a nutshell. And if you want to understand more about this, I have cliff notes on my website, fourcrosslove.com, that are free. You don't even need an email. You can go get my book on Amazon. The ebook is 99 cents. I am here to help you understand what's going on in the game of love. This is my passion. This is what I love. This is what I do. If any way I can help you, please let me know. Like my channel, subscribe, do all those things. I would really appreciate it. Thanks so much.